If you are planning on buying a 4th generation Dodge Ram, this is the year you got to focus on. I'm going to be sharing with you guys that right now. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. Happy Saturday. It's a beautiful day here today in Pennsylvania, and I want to be able to share with you guys a few tips if you are planning on looking to purchase your 4th generation Dodge Ram, and it could be gas or it could be diesel and stuff like that. I want to share with you guys a few things that I would say to really be in to really take to heart and understand before going ahead and making the decision to get a truck. But first thing first, I want to say I definitely appreciate those taking their time out viewing my channel, and those who have subscribed to my channel. Definitely means a lot. And also, if you haven't subscribed already to my channel, definitely go ahead, click that subscribe button. I definitely appreciate it. If you're a fan of Mopar, you want to follow the journey of my 2014 Dodge Ram that I'm going to be building, doing a lot of mods to, definitely hit that button and support the channel. So now, from what I know, is the best year 4th generation Ram to really be looking at when you plan on buying these trucks is from 2014 to like 2018, somewhere around there. But there is, I'm not saying that I'm gonna get to that, but I'm not saying that everything gonna be perfect about it. But here's what I would say: if you're gonna get a 2014 Ram to 2018, now you definitely got to make sure, obviously, you do a pre-inspection, as in like the vehicle history. You want to run VIN number. I always say this because this save you a lot of time, and it save you a lot of headaches, because if you don't run no VIN number to find out about that truck, if you buying pre-owned, and later on down the line you find out it had like 5 owners and they had like within a short lifespan, and you could end up with something that could be very, having a lot of issue, and you don't want to do that. But now, if you're going to buy a brand new, obviously the year to pick from is 2014 to like 2018. But there are still things that even if you're buying brand new, there are still things that I want to share with you guys that still you have to be on the lookout for. Like, from what I'm be honest, from what I know about these trucks is Dodge in general, Dodge, like their trans is not really that solid, but that's for like any kind of truck, any car, whatever it is. At the end of the day, they're always going to have some kind of flaw, but it still definitely is a good, reliable truck that I'll say it definitely could be able to take you to wherever it need to take you. But now there's 2 things to really be in consideration of if you go on the gas route or if you go on the diesel route. Now, if you plan on buying a truck to haul, then obviously you got to go the diesel route. Now, if you go on the diesel route, if you want to really be understanding, like if you get something to really understand is, if you get a 4th generation Dodge Ram, from what I heard, I haven't owned a 4th gen Dodge Ram 2500, but from doing my research, a lot of people complain about the clutch, stuff like that, and we just, like I said, it's common, but it all depends. I'm not saying that just because you end up getting that, you're going to go through the same issue, but it all depends sometimes too, because if it is a recall, then nine times out of 10, you're probably going to experience that issue. But like, it's all like, whenever you buying these trucks, like my main thing I always try to tell you guys, like for me owning this truck for a year and a half, what I experienced is, if you're going to buy brand new, just understand there is still going to be things that's going to, like, for example, this truck I think it has a recall. It had a recall on, I believe it's like the steering rack or something like that. That's what it's called. But it's a very small part of that Dodge. Apparently, I guess they saying it's not a recall, but a lot of people had that issue. Even myself, that's the one issue I experienced with this truck, but it was like an easy fix. And it's not an expensive fix, but from what I heard, a lot of people then went through that and they took it to the dealership and they ended up paying at least like $2,000, thinking that was something else, and come to find out they still had the issue and stuff. But I'll say overall, this is a pretty solid truck, and it could be very reliable if you do regular maintenance and take care of it. It's gonna see probably at least like 300,000 miles. And one of the things I'll say to definitely look out for on these trucks is, I think, is the, I don't know if it's a Dodge thing or whatever, but I feel like I forgot what it's called, but it's like damn, I can't even think about it right now. But from what some people are saying, that the stock manifold on these trucks, like the bolts on there tend to break sometimes because they rust up over time. They tend to break. And that's another reason to why most people tend to, I think sometimes they end up changing their stock manifolds and going with like a long tube headers and stuff, pretty much. But like I said, I'm just telling you, I want to tell you guys what I personally experienced, which is the rack, steering rack issue that I had where my wheel was real stiff. But I was like, an easy fix that I ended up doing, something very simple, and I didn't have the issue. But overall, like, this whole the whole 4th generation Ram, I know a lot of people tend to talk about the trans being bad, shitty, whatever this and that, but I haven't experienced any kind. My truck right now got almost like 150 on the dash, still running strong. But like I said, it all comes down to one thing and one thing only. If you buy new or used, really used, if you buying a used truck, it all depends on the history of the vehicle. But overall, I only had like about a couple issues with this truck, but it's a pretty definitely solid truck for you to be able to own. And definitely all around good looking truck too. So it just means sharing my feedbacks with you guys, and that's gonna be it for this video. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.